The 37mm anti-tank gun Type 94 was a Japanese anti-tank weapon used by the Imperial Army during the war with China, border conflicts with the USSR, and World War II. The 37mm Type 94 gun was adopted into service in 1936. The weapon is an improved version of the regimental 37mm Type 11 gun, which was also used as a primitive anti-tank weapon. However, the short barrel, low muzzle velocity, limited range, and slow reloading made the Type 11 an ineffective means against enemy tanks. Development of a new gun to replace it began in July 1933 and was completed a year later. Initial testing showed that a trained crew could achieve up to 30 shots per minute. However, the Army leadership deemed the original version too heavy. The modified model was tested in 1935, and actual production began in 1936, with the gun retaining its original name Type 94, Imperial year 2594 equals Gregorian year 1934. About 3,400 units were produced. Based on it, the Type 1 anti-tank gun was developed. Like most other Japanese artillery, the Type 94 had a very low profile. The guns were equipped with anti-shrapnel shields, and the sliding carriages with spades contributed to a significant angle of horizontal fire for the artillery and its stability during firing. The breech was horizontal and wedge-shaped. The sight was direct and telescopic. The artillery could fire armor-piercing and explosive shells. The gun had an unsprung carriage either with wooden wheels covered in iron or perforated metal ones. The entire design was divided into 4 parts, each weighing less than 100 kilograms, making it possible to transport it on 4 pack horses. Usually, each infantry regiment was equipped with 4 Type 94 guns. Each gun was operated by a crew of 11 people and was in contact with the regiment's headquarters, which was done using a field telephone or messenger. The armor-piercing shell of the Type 94 gun could penetrate 24 mm of armor at a distance of 900 meters, and 43 mm at a distance of 460 meters. The Army's Technical Bureau continued to experiment with ways to increase the initial velocity of the armor-piercing shell until 1941. The Type 94 was effective against Soviet BT light tanks during the battles at Kokkengeul, but by the beginning of the Pacific War, the gun had become significantly outdated and was completely useless against M4 Sherman tanks. However, the Type 94 remained in service with the Japanese Army until the end of the war due to the lack of a better replacement. The more advanced 47mm anti-tank gun Type 1 began to be deployed to the troops in early 1942, but due to the smaller number of samples produced, 2,300 compared to 3,400, the Type 94 remained the most widely used anti-tank weapon of the Japanese Army until the end of the war.